Within Lubbock ISD's student population, 3 out of 4 of our students are living in poverty, which means they're coming to us. Parents are sending us the best children they have, but they often don't have some of the same resources that other families do with regard to outside learning experiences and having books read to them as small children. They're doing their best to get by. And so knowing that that is our demographic, knowing those are the children that we serve, Communities and Schools really helps step in and fills that gap for our students so that we can really take care of the whole child, and it allows us to focus more on the academics, and Communities and Schools helps us with all of those other things that are so important for kids to be able to focus on learning. Having a district with such a high percentage of students who are disadvantaged, I can't imagine not having that support for wrapping around services for the whole child and the whole family. You know, as educators, we try to do our best to meet those needs, but there are just some things that we can't do. We're not allowed to drive kids to doctor's appointments. We're not allowed to do some of those things that our CIS site coordinators are so phenomenal at doing. And they build a level of trust with families that help build a bridge to help connect them to the teachers, to help with that academic level. But we know basic needs are basic needs, and if those are not met, we can't get kids to those higher levels of learning. And so I cannot even fathom not having CIS.
Despite some misconceptions, I think, in our community, friendship has need all across our student body and across our families, like many other districts. We have about 45 to 47% of our students qualify for federal free and reduced lunch programs, which is really just a barometer for need in your community. But we knew when the pandemic struck, for instance, that we would have increased need for food security. We were really providing a full week's worth of meals to students for multiple weeks at a time. And what Communities and Schools did was come in and deliver those. We provided over 290,000 meals at our curbside sites, but Communities and Schools delivered over 17,000 bags of food to doorsteps of kids that otherwise wouldn't have eaten. You know, I know that our campuses and our principals that work with Communities and Schools every day see that impact. Our parents see that impact, but I think the rest of our district, the rest of our community has now been able to see the heart of Communities and Schools as they stepped up in a very difficult time, in a time when we didn't really know about masks and what this virus really was. It was at the beginning of the shutdown, and they stepped up and said, no, we're going to serve our kids. And they really showed their heart, and I think that's what this thing is all about.
Communities and Schools is the #1 dropout prevention program nationwide. And our schools are able to help with some of the funding, but we couldn't make it possible without the generous donations from our community at large. Please support Communities and Schools because you are helping kids graduate from high school and go on to reach their college and career dreams. That is our #1 goal as educators, and we consider Communities and Schools as our greatest partner in getting that accomplished.